Hey, man. Wake up. Wake up. It's over. It's over? Hello, Vinyl Community. This is Tommy, and welcome to another musical adventure. And welcome to 2021. 2021. Hopefully, it'll be a great year. Not going to get into details about how bad last year was, so on and so forth. You already know the drill. So let's just get things started. There's a couple of things I want to do. First off, I was tagged by Beetle Brad over on Beetle Brad's channel. He showed some musical coffee mugs, and he asked me specifically to share some mugs, so I'm going to do that for you guys. And there's a couple of other things I'm going to do as well in this video just to kick off the new year. But first off, let's look at some mugs. Since it was Beetle Brad, I am not a coffee drinker. Now, occasionally I'll do some hot chocolate, maybe a tea once in a while. I like the idea of tea, but I don't drink a lot of it. But since Beetle Brad called me out, I have got a couple of these. My wife is a coffee drinker, so I do keep coffee mugs. These were a set of mugs that came out featuring the Beatles. Of course, that was Sgt. Pepper. And this mug gets used. I think I've got an Abbey Road one around somewhere. Not sure exactly where that is. Who knows? My wife may be drinking out of it as we speak. So that's a mug, and since it's Beetle Brad, so I thought I'd show a Beetle mug. Another one I got is really cool, and this is one I got from Third Man Records. This is a Dead Weather coffee mug. I think it's a promotional item. Now, I wish I could give you the, hope you guys can see the details there. It's pretty dark. Now, the idea is when you've put the hot coffee in this mug, the color changes, and you can see the scene there. Dead Weather is, of course, one of Jack White's bands. He's the drummer in the Dead Weather. Funny enough, I sent a nice letter to Third Man Records a couple of years ago, and just thanking them for being great with their customer service and taking care of the fans the way they do. And just out of the blue, I got this package in the mail, and it had just some cool stuff in it, including this mug. There was a t-shirt and a couple of other things that was pretty cool, Dead Weather related stuff, which I thought was nice of them to do. I wasn't asking for anything. They just did it because they're good folks over there. Now this one's really cool. I think I found this at a thrift store. This is the Cobra record label. This has I Can't Quit You Baby by Otis Rush, the blues singer. And of course there is a B-side, and it's Highway 61, which was probably one of the reasons I got this mug. It was because I just thought, A, it was a cool label, the Cobra record label, Otis Rush, and plus the fact it had Highway 61 on it. So I thought that was a cool musical mug. And finally, the last one is one I actually got for Christmas this year, and it's got various musical instruments on it, including a guitar. I think there's a lute there. It's probably a ukulele over there. There's a French horn. There's a trombone, which I was a trombone player back in the day. There's a triangle on it. Hope you guys can see that. It's like an upright bass. Bassoon is on here. It looks like an oboe, a baritone or euphonium right down here, which is pretty cool. It's a nice size mug. I hope you guys can see the color and the details. And on the handle, it says, "Music, it's not what I do, it's who I am." So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, musical mugs. There they are, Beetle Brad. Another thing I want to do for 2021 is a special shout out for a brand new channel that just launched in the vinyl community and the music community. Sam St. John just launched a channel. He's been commenting, I know, on some of my videos, and I know he's been following several of you, but Sam St. John just has a brand new video that he put up where he kind of introduces himself to the VC. He's also a musician, a fellow musician. There's a couple of videos of him playing some great music. He's got some good taste. He kind of goes through some of his favorite artists, one of which is the Monkees and Michael Nesmith, and which, as you know, if you're a follower of my channel, I'm a fan of. So check out his channel. Be sure you subscribe to it. It looks like it's going to have some great content. He's got some good taste. And so definitely go check out Sam St. John's brand new YouTube VC channel. Another thing I want to talk about very briefly is subscriber and content. You know, I tried something different this year, doing the musical adventures, taking you to record stores and various sites, but also doing some music discussion, which I also really enjoy doing, but probably not as much music discussion as others. One of the things I want to do, and I really want to try to jump into, is doing more live streams, and maybe doing a regular live stream every other week or so, because to me that's the best way to interact, and I love doing that, and just having you guys comment, and maybe just each week or each time I do one, maybe doing it at a set time during the week or at some point over the weekend. I don't know, but one of the things I have to do to get there is 1,000 subscribers. It's one of YouTube's rules, and I'm right there at it. I'm about, right as of right now, probably about 9:30, 9:40. So, what I'm doing is I'm asking you, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and do it. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm not going to hit you up for money or anything like that. So just subscribe to the channel. If you've been watching and you're not sure, hey, if you don't even like me very much, you know, that's fine. Go ahead and subscribe because it's not going to cost you anything. You can turn off the notifications. Just subscribe. And so if you know anybody that hasn't seen my channel that might be interested, go ahead and do that. We're still going to do adventures. We're still going to go places. I'm going to try to take you to many more places. Hopefully this year will be better than last, and that there will be more, things will be open, and travel will be a little easier and not as restricted, and I can go more places and take you guys along, which is the whole plan. It's kind of what I want to do with this channel, but I still want to do music discussion, but I got to get to 1,000 subscribers. So please, I'm asking, I'm begging, subscribe. If you haven't done so already, do it. So another one of the vinyl tags this year, Chris Profi at Musically Obsessed, another great channel. If you haven't checked him out, go over and do so. He's got a lot of good taste, a lot of interesting stuff, and he plays some music for us. Another fellow musician. Check out his channel. But one of the things he did is he started a little vinyl tag for 2021, and all he did was simply add up 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1, which equals 5. And what he's asking for in this vinyl tag is that he asked for 5th albums from bands that we like, and just, you know, talking about the fifth release or the 5th album. And one of the bands I want to talk about in the 5th album is r.e.m. This is their album Document, their 5th album. I love the fact it says number 5 on it. This was the last album they did for IRS Records. They had built this college following up to this point. College radio was a big supporter of r.e.m. If you grew up in the 80s, you're familiar with them. I love r.e.m. They are easily one of my top 5 favorite bands. And I haven't talked a whole lot about them on this channel. And one of the reasons I wanted to bring them up here is because I've been revisiting their catalog and going through different spots. If you follow me on the Facebook and some of the social media, you'll see that I've been spinning some of these r.e.m. albums lately. This album came out in 1987. Like I said, it was their 5th album. It's got all 4 original members, Michael Stipe, Mike Mills, Bill Berry, and Peter Buck. And it was really a breakout kind of album for them. You know, a couple of major hits on this album, including The One I Love, which was one of their biggest hits. You know, and also It's the End of the World as We Know It, and I Feel Fine. Now, some people might feel like, those songs have been overplayed. Not my favorite r.e.m. music, and that's fine. I get it. I wouldn't say this is their strongest release. It was a big breakthrough. It was the first album they did with producer Scott Litt. One of the big breakthroughs with this particular album was the fact that it was one of the first where you could understand Michael Stipe's lyrics. Up to that point, Stipe was kind of well known for being mumbly, and the lyrics were kind of jumbled, and you couldn't really make them out. They were kind of buried in the mix. This is an album where you can understand what he's saying. So the guitars are more pronounced. It's definitely a rocking album. And like I said, kind of a breakthrough for them, because right after this they would sign with Warner Brothers Records, and they would go on to achieve even probably bigger and more fame, becoming one of the more influential bands of the early 90s, and sort of that whole alternative grunge thing, whatever you want to call it. Have a hard time labeling that stuff. But there were a lot of bands by the mid-90s who were giving props to R.E.M, bands like Hootie and the Blowfish. There were so many groups that were sort of paying their respects to R.E.M. R.E.M from Athens, Georgia. I would definitely call them a southern band. A friend of mine and I, who both are really into R.E.M, we kind of describe them as the Georgia Beatles. They were that big to us. They were that important to us. And one of the things R.E.M did when I was playing in a band, and I discussed this with my former bandmate, Danny, is that they taught us how to be a band, or what kind of band we wanted to be, what roles should we play. Me as a bass player, I wanted to play bass like Mike Mills, and I wanted to play that role, singing those great harmonies and some of the stuff that Mike Mills did. And so the approach we took to being a band, we learned from R.E.M. They kind of set the precedent of how we wanted to be, and particularly how bands should work, the dynamic of a band, and the sort of way that the songs kind of work for the greater good, and that sort of thing. There's no real superstar in R.E.M. You don't listen to R.E.M. and go, wow, that Peter Buck, he's really wailing on the guitar, or man, that Bill Berry, he's a crazy drummer. Like you do with a lot of bands, you kind of look at the musicianship. And not that there's bad musicianship in R.E.M., it's just, it fits very well. Someone used the word for Bill Berry as a drummer as precise. He's a precise drummer. You're not going to listen to him and go, wow, that's, he's doing crazy stuff. But he plays for the song, and everything he does is right there, and it fits perfectly. And that's why R.E.M's an important band. So I wanted to highlight number 5, 2021, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. Document by R.E.M, their 5th album. Hey guys, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody that's been watching my channel. Comment down below. I try to respond to you sometimes. I don't get the notification, and I apologize. I am not ignoring you. If you leave a comment, I try to get back to you. I want to thank Beetle Brad for the mugs and the idea for doing that. Chris Profi, Musically Obsessed, for the 5th album. Go ahead and do your own video and tag me in it. Like I said, trying to get the subscribers up. Most importantly, thanks for watching. Thanks for tagging along and enjoying whatever it is I'm doing. I don't think a whole lot about content or what's going to get likes, what's going to get hits, what are people going to tune into. I just talk about what I love, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to continue to take you guys out on adventures, and so I hope you enjoy those. And, just keep supporting the channel, and I appreciate it, and I hope everybody has a happy and fantastic 2021. In the meantime, save the Texas prairie chicken.